What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to this Anfield Agenda Transfer Deadline Day special. I know Mr. Paddy Murphy recorded his thoughts a little bit earlier on, but I thought I'd come and bring you guys the news now that Arthur Melo has officially signed on a season's loan from Juventus to Liverpool Football Club. There is no obligation to buy, there is no option to buy. It is a straight loan deal that will see the Brazilian stay with us for the remainder of this season. I'm going to ask you guys for your thoughts in the comment section. Of course, going to ask you to drop a like on the video, hit the subscribe button as well. But I'm going to open up by saying, the more I've thought about this, the more I'm kind of okay with it. I'm disappointed that I don't feel our manager's been backed in the transfer market. If you look around what other clubs are doing, there's an awful lot of money being thrown around. And yes, some of it, money will be wasted by other clubs, but some of it will improve their squads. And do I feel that Arthur Melo coming into Liverpool will improve our squad? Yes, a little bit. Not as much as we would have liked, but a little bit. Do I feel more comfortable with him starting ahead of maybe James Milner? Yes. And with Jordan Henderson's hamstring injury, we definitely needed to get another body in. Will he come straight into the team, play early doors in the season, or will he be eased in as the season goes on? That remains to be seen. But Jordan Henderson, as our manager confirmed last night, has a hamstring issue. So as much as his poor performance should have seen him dragged off yesterday, it seems like it was the hamstring that was the reason he was substituted. And by the way, a couple of people have pointed out to me that it was a bit harsh on Henderson for the goal, and that it came down to Trent Alexander-Arnold's crossfield pass. Yes, that did set up. Trent is certainly culpable for some of the flack for the goal, but ultimately we had chances to clear it after that, and I still don't understand what Jordan Henderson was trying to do. But it's not about Henderson today. It's about this man, Arthur Melo. I believe that Juventus' style isn't really conducive to getting the best out of Arthur Melo, which is a bit ironic considering they got rid of Miralem Pjanic and brought him in, a deal that for Barcelona's side I don't understand why they did it, but I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see how Arthur Melo gets on at Liverpool. I won't say that I'm over the moon. I won't say that it's going to transform us. I'm not going to be sensationalist in that regard, but I'm open-minded to it. And I'm willing for him to do well because I want the team to do well. Now, there's a bit of a backstory that goes to this, and you've probably seen it from the likes of Fabrizio Romano, Di Marzio, and other journalists who've been very, very good at filling us in with what's going on here. Apparently last night about midnight, Liverpool started to try and get things moving to get a player in. So maybe it seems like before Henderson picked up that knock, we were kind of probably not going to get anybody over the line. But apparently we looked at Zakaria first, and they were unwilling to let him go, so we moved on to Arthur Melo. Now, what worries me when you bring in a player is that there's always a reason why a club is willing to let somebody go. It could be a style of play thing, could be the manager doesn't fancy him thing, could be a whole host of reasons, could be an attitude thing. You never know with these deals. And I don't think Jurgen Klopp will have had the time that he would normally take to run the rule over a player that is coming into the squad because it's a loan signing. And I've been very vocal about the fact that I don't like loan signings. I don't think that they serve much of a positive purpose. Because if Arthur came in, played really well, was our standout player in midfield for the season, it's going to be tough to hand him back at the end of the season and see your midfield weaken again. And then you've got to go again and look to rebuild, bring in Jude Bellingham, bring in another couple of midfielders and start the process over again. I would have preferred that Jurgen Klopp was backed by FSG in this window, earlier in the window, by the way. I know that some of it was down to Jurgen Klopp not wanting to commit to bringing another body in, but I feel like we needed it, and I feel like it's a bit embarrassing for the club. That's what I want to say. I'm not saying it's embarrassing because the player's not good enough. I'm not saying it's embarrassing because Jurgen Klopp changed his mind late on. I'm saying it's embarrassing that we're left scratching around for loan signings in the market when other clubs are out there. Chelsea about to spend 300 million plus on players. I'm just confused again as to where the planning was, what the forward planning is, what the succession planning is for the midfield. Because to try and do it all in one window or in one summer seems like a big task because we're going to need to basically rebuild that midfield at the end of next season. Henderson will take the Milner role. Thiago, look, we can't rely on him. Naby looks like he'll move on. Milner will move on. Chamberlain will move on. Curtis Jones, you know, the jury's still out on whether he'll make it at Liverpool or not. And then you have the positives, like you've got obviously Fabinho, who will still be there. You've got Harvey Elliott. You've got Fabio Carvalho. You've got Stefan Bajcetic. And of course, you've got young Tyler Morton, who's on loan at Blackburn. So there's some positives there, but I still think we need that 24, 25, 26-year-old midfielder, at least one, maybe two. And I really feel a little bit deflated that we didn't get that player in. But I am grateful. I'm grateful that we've got in a body. And I hope it works out. I really do. Nothing would make me happier than for Arthur to drop into our midfield, to give us another dimension, and maybe to give Jurgen Klopp some fresh ideas on the training ground, maybe a little tweak in system. I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing how it works out. But I feel like I'd be doing you guys a disservice if I came on here and said that this was the answer to everything. It isn't. It's a stopgap solution for a club that make a point out of saying they don't like stopgap solutions. We did it before with the centre-back situation. We ended up with the exact same type of thing. We bring in Ozan Kabak on loan. We brought in, obviously, Davies, who never played a minute for us. And they didn't work out. And they weren't good enough to play for Liverpool Football Club. And that admittance came at the end of the season when we didn't take up the option on Kabak. Now, we've probably been proved right on Kabak, but my point is, why bring him in the first place if we're not 100% sure on him? If we have a list and we have targets and number 1 isn't available, number 2, you go down the list. So Tchouameni was a target. Bellingham is a target. But we don't seem to be willing to pay what it takes in the market to bring in the players that will truly help our midfield. So this is where we are. And look, I wish him all the best. You never know. Window's open till 11 PM. I don't think there'll be anything else, but you never know. What do you guys think about it? Excited? Weirdly, and I know this is a bit stupid, but if he was coming directly from Barca, I'd probably feel a bit more excited. I know, it's stupid. And a Brazilian should always bring some level of excitement because we do love a Brazilian at Liverpool, and I'm sure that he will fit in with the Portuguese-speaking contingent that we already have at the club. But I just have these lingering doubts. You know, he wasn't good enough for Juventus, but yeah, he's coming to do a job in Liverpool. Look, I hope that it's a huge oversight from Juventus's part, and I hope that he can come in and do a good job for us. He certainly has potential, and he's certainly an improvement on some of the players that we have available to us. So for that, I am grateful, and I hope that Jurgen Klopp will get the solutions long term that we need for our midfield in the upcoming windows. You know, January after the World Cup, who knows who might be available. Maybe we do something then. I don't know. But as of right now, as we sit here, we tried for Zakaria, that didn't happen. We have got Arthur Melo in on loan for the season. Again, a reminder, it is a straight loan. There is no option to buy. There is no obligation to buy. It is just Arthur on loan for the season. And we welcome him to Liverpool Football Club. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do drop a like on the video. And of course, don't forget, you can catch us most nights about 8:30 over on our Twitch channel live as well. I'm just about to go do a watch along now of Manchester United's game and then finish up with the transfer window's last hour as well. If you want to come over, if you catch this before 11 PM, come over and watch with us. I do love your comments, so do let me know what you think about it, because I know I read some of them and some people are having a go at me and stuff like that, but ultimately there's a lot more people that have some really good insight, and I do enjoy reading it. So thank you for your time as always. Welcome to Liverpool Football Club, Arthur Melo, and I look forward to chatting with you guys soon. Take care. Bye bye.